$3,000. That's the price of admission the internet quotes for the smallest business empire ever sold. One vending machine. Buy it, park it somewhere busy, and let it collect money around the clock. No employees, no storefront, no lease. The gurus call it the perfect first business, a money printer you can fit through a doorway. Last video, we stress tested the laundromat, and the stamp came up orange. Today we go smaller, cheaper, and, according to the internet, easier. Which should make you nervous already because 3 videos into this series, we've learned the rule. The louder the pitch, the harder the books push back. So today we're opening the books on the vending machine business. What one machine actually earns per month, the location war nobody warns you about, the route work hiding inside the word passive, and the strange truth about who's really making money every time a beginner buys the dream. And at the end, like always, this business gets the stamp. Clever, risky, or money pit. So, is a vending machine route a clever investment? Let's open the books. And fair warning, this one gets ugly. First, the pitch, because it's the most seductive one yet. The entry price is pocket change by business standards. A new snack machine runs $3,000 to $6,000. A used one, half that. Compare that to the car washes $5 million, the storage facilities $3 million, the laundromats $250,000. For the price of a used sedan, you're a business owner. The machine never sleeps, never calls in sick, never asks for a raise. It sells at 3 in the morning. And what it sells is guaranteed demand. Snacks and drinks, the most reliably purchased products in human history. A chocolate bar bought for 40 cents sells for $2. A can of soda bought in bulk marks up 300%. On a per-item basis, these are margins a jewelry store would envy. And scaling looks like a video game. One machine funds the second, 2 fund the fourth, and the spreadsheet climbs to 100 machines and a 6-figure passive income by year 3. The gurus have the graphic ready. Every individual fact in that pitch is true. The machine is cheap. The markup is real. The demand exists. And yet, here comes the pattern. The conclusion is false, because the pitch quietly skips the only 3 numbers that matter: what one machine actually grosses, what a good location actually costs, and what your time is actually worth. Let's put them back. Number 1. What does a vending machine actually earn? Not the fantasy machine, the average one. In the real world, the industry's own operating data says a typical machine grosses $150 to $400 a month. Not thousands, hundreds. And that's revenue, before the machine's expenses take their share. Subtract the product itself. That chocolate bar's markup shrinks fast when you're buying by the case at retail club prices, not by the truckload like the big operators. Subtract the location's commission. We'll get to that. Subtract card reader fees on every tap, spoilage on everything with an expiration date, fuel to drive there, and the occasional jammed coin mech. What's left per machine? Per month? Somewhere between $40 and $120 of actual profit. Take the midpoint, call it $80. Now, run the guru starter plan. 5 machines. Roughly $20,000 invested once you include a used van's worth of equipment and inventory. Monthly take, maybe $400. That's a $5,000 a year return on $20,000 of capital plus your weekends. The laundromat course, the business we just stamped orange, pays 4 times better per dollar invested. The pitch survives on nobody doing this division. And here's the cruelest part. That's the math for a machine in a decent location. Most beginner machines don't get decent locations, which brings us to the war. Because here's the industry's one true secret. This is not a machine business. It's a location business. The exact same machine earns $800 a month in a busy hospital lobby and $8 in the wrong office park. Same steel box, 100 to 1 difference. The machine is a commodity. The spot is the business. So who owns the good spots? Not beginners. The hospitals, airports, factories, universities, anywhere with guaranteed foot traffic, are locked up by national operators with full-service contracts, refrigerated trucks, and commission checks a beginner can't match. The location war at the top was fought decades ago, and the big players won. What's left for the little guy is the cold call grind, walking into laundromats, hello again, barbershops, tire shops, and small offices pitching the owner on hosting your machine. The good ones say they already have a machine. The rest offer foot traffic measured in dozens. And everyone who says yes wants their cut. Location commissions run 10 to 25% of gross right off the top for the privilege of standing on their floor. Play out a typical beginner's year. January, 5 machines ordered, dreams calibrated. February through April, 40 cold calls, 6 yeses, a tire shop, 2 break rooms, a barber shop, a gym that closes in August, and a church that would prefer you donate the profits. By summer, 2 locations underperform so badly the driving costs more than the coins collected. So you relocate them, which means renting a liftgate truck, because a loaded snack machine weighs as much as a piano. And moving one is a 2-man job that machines' owners learn exactly once. By December, your best machine lives at the tire shop, earning $140 a month, and you know every pothole between here and there personally. That's not a failure story, that's the median story, which is why a whole parasite industry sells location placement to beginners. Pay $600, they find your machine a home. What arrives is usually a spot the pros passed on, and machine number 1 earns back its placement fee in 8 months. The war is real, and the beginners are buying maps to territory that's already conquered. Number 3. Your time. Because passive is doing unbelievable work in this sales pitch. Every machine is a tiny store, and every store needs stocking. That means driving to a warehouse club, filling the van, driving the route, refilling coils, rotating expiring product, collecting cash, cleaning the glass, and logging what's sold per machine. Every week or two, forever. Operators call it what it is: route work. It's the same job the Frito-Lay driver does, except he gets paid hourly and you paid 20 grand for the privilege. The machines themselves fight back too. Bill validators jam, compressors on drink machines die. And a refrigerated machine full of spoiled milk-based coffee drinks is a smell you only forget once. Card readers each cost a monthly fee plus a slice of every sale. And vandalism finds unattended metal boxes full of money and snacks the way water finds a crack. At it, honestly, a 10-machine route is a reliable Saturday, every week, with a van you now own and maintain. Divide those hours into the route's $500 to $1,200 a month profit, and you've invented a minimum wage job that required $25,000 and a van to apply for. The machine works 24/7. You just work for the machine. Which raises the real question of this episode. If the math is this thin, why is the internet wall-to-wall with vending machine success stories? Follow the money, not the money in the machines. The money around them. There's the course, obviously. $500 to $2,000 to learn the system. There's the done-for-you package. Companies that sell beginners a machine plus placement plus an app at a markup that would make the machine blush. Turnkey empires assembled from the exact leftovers the professionals didn't want. There are marked-up, refurbished machines, premium location lists, coaching calls, mastermind groups. Every seller in that chain gets paid the day you buy the dream. None of them get paid from the machine's actual coin box. That's the tell. In the gold rush, sell shovels. And in the vending gold rush, the beginner is the customer. The vending machine business's most profitable product is the vending machine business. We saw the megaphone effect with laundromats. Hype inflates the price of a mediocre asset. Vending is the end game of that effect, an industry where the pitch generates more revenue than the product. When the teacher earns more than the trade, the books are telling you what's really for sale. Now, fairness, because real people do make real money in vending, just not the way the ads say. The professionals win at scale. Route operators running hundreds of machines with warehouse purchasing, telemetry that reports what's sold before the driver leaves, optimized routes, and staff drivers, they earn real margins because they turned vending into what it actually is, a logistics business with very small stores. 50 plus well-placed machines can clear 3 to 6,000 a month or more. That's a company, not a side hustle. Micro markets are where the industry's actually growing. Those open shelving and kiosk setups in office break rooms, basically a vending machine that ate a convenience store. Higher sales per location, but they demand trust, tech, and service contracts. Professional territory again. And down at the bottom, a quiet little exception. Bulk candy machines. The Gumball and M&M racks. $20 of product, no electricity, no card reader, near zero spoilage. Nobody gets rich, but per dollar and per hour, the humble Gumball rack often outperforms the guru's 5-machine snack empire. The industry's best-kept secret is its least glamorous machine. And run the bulk candy math for a second, because it's genuinely funny. A Gumball rack costs maybe $200, holds $20 of candy that never expires, needs no power outlet, charges no card fees, and gets serviced in 90 seconds a month. If it moves just $30 of candy monthly, the margins land near 80%. And the return on the $200 embarrasses everything else in this episode. The catch, of course, is that it's a return on $200. You cannot scale gumballs into a living. But as a lesson in what actually makes vending work, near zero costs, near zero labor, product that never spoils, the $20 candy rack quietly teaches what the $2,000 course sells. Notice the pattern across all three winners: scale, infrastructure, or radical simplicity. The one strategy that loses is the one being sold. 5 shiny machines, scattered across mediocre locations, serviced by one hopeful owner on weekends. Let's run the 2 honest scenarios side by side. Scenario 1, the guru plan. $20,000 in. 5 machines, placement fees, a used van, starting inventory. Gross. Maybe $1,500 a month across the route if the locations are decent. After product costs, commissions, card fees, fuel, and repairs, $400 to $600 a month on 10 to 15 hours of route work. Your capital earns maybe 25% a year, which sounds respectable until you price your labor at anything above zero, at which point the business earns approximately nothing. The return was your unpaid Saturdays all along. Scenario 2, the operator play. Buy an existing established route. They're bought and sold constantly, usually at 4 to 6 figures depending on size, with proven locations and real revenue history. Now you're buying verified cash flow, and if you keep scaling, more machines, telemetry, tighter routes, the logistics math slowly starts working for you. It's a genuine business. It's also a full-time job with a warehouse, which is exactly what the pitch promised you'd never need. There is no scenario 3. The gap between 5 machines on weekends and real route company is exactly where 20,000 beginner investments go to die. Too big to be a hobby, too small to be a business, too demanding to be passive. So, is a vending machine route a clever investment? Time for the stamp. And the streak of survivable verdicts ends today. For the professional operator running logistics at scale, or the patient buyer of an established route at a fair multiple, vending is a legitimate, unglamorous business. Those buyers know who they are, and they didn't learn the trade from a 30-second ad. But the thing actually being sold, $3,000, 5 machines, passive money printer, quit your job by Christmas? The books say what the books say. Average machines earning $80 a month, locations already conquered, passive income priced in unpaid Saturdays, and an ecosystem where the confident seller of the dream makes more than the dream itself ever pays. That's not a risky investment. That's a product designed to be bought, not to work. The verdict: Money Pit, the series' first red stamp, and the internet's most perfectly engineered small business fantasy. The scoreboard so far: car wash, clever with an asterisk; storage, clever; laundromat, risky; vending machines, money pit. Notice the slope. The less a business gets promoted, the better its books look. Hold that thought. It's becoming the law of this series. Think the stamp is wrong? If you run a profitable route, the comments are yours. Show me the numbers. I mean it. If this saved you 20 grand, subscribe. One business every video, books wide open, verdict stamped. And next time, we test the law of the series against the strangest business yet, one where the customers are guaranteed, the demand never dips, and nobody ever leaves a bad review. Is a funeral home a clever investment?